fuck-ups out of the way at the beginning. And we're back with our favorite rock and roll chick of all time, the unstoppable Lita Ford. Lita, welcome back to Psychobabble. It's so good to see you. Now, first order of business, I have to tell you, we interviewed you last year when you were on tour with Poison and Def Leppard. Interviewed you before the show, stayed for the show, didn't get a chance to talk to you afterwards, but holy shit, what a great set you guys had. We were down in the pit and just like, I guess I expected you to be good. I didn't know you were going to be that good.
I appreciate that.
Yeah,
Thank you.
What a band. And now the word on the street is there's going to be a live album coming out of that.
Yes.
Okay. Tell me about the upcoming live album.
We did the Def Leppard Poison tour last year, 2012, and after the tour was finished, we played our hometown, Los Angeles, California. So in the beginning of the live CD, you can hear me say, "Hello, Los Angeles." So we called it The Bitch Is Back, because it was sort of like the Bitch Is Back tour. And it's due out in, I think it's October 22nd in Germany, October 25th through Europe, and October 28th in the U.S.
And speaking of new music, okay, can you tell me about this rumor that you collaborated with an old friend recently?
I did. As a matter of fact, last year I started writing. My old drummer. Let me restart that. My old drummer called me, Roger Carter, and he says, "Lita, let's record a Christmas song." He's got his own studio. It's called the Doghouse. It's in Encino, California, Reseda, and it's a really nice studio. And he said, "Come over and let's record a Christmas single." So I thought, okay, what do you want to do? Jingle bells? And he said, "No, let's write something new." And I thought, okay. So I got out pen and paper, and I thought, let's rock this Christmas down. So we started writing this song called Rock This Christmas Down. And this year, I got in touch with Cherie Currie, who I haven't spoke to in quite a long, long time, who was the lead singer from the Runaways. And so it just happened to be that she was on the phone just shortly after we had finished talking about recording this song. And I said, "Cherie, why don't you sing it with me?" So she flew in from this area, which she just played, and came straight from the airport to the studio, cut the vocal track, and we have a Christmas single with me and Cherie singing lead vocals.
How crazy is that? Oh, man. And when was the last time you two recorded together? 76?
Yeah, 1970. It was live in Japan would be the last time we recorded together.
Crazy. Now, I want to talk about the clothes, because another thing, the internet is crazy. We don't really need rock and roll magazines anymore because we just click on Lita Ford and you're all over the place. And someone is having a great time designing clothing for you. It's like you're their own personal Barbie doll or something. But the outfits are amazing. Can you talk about the clothes at all, or is it your own personal designer?
Well, what happened was before the Def Leppard Poison tour, I wanted to wear something that was going to kick ass. And I sat down with a pen and paper, and I really can't draw, but I did this design of this suit. And I thought, okay, I've got the design of the suit. Now I have to find somebody to make it. And I knew what kind of material I wanted, but I had to find somebody who specialized in working with leather. It's they're leather suits, and they are done by Lovecraft Leather, which is Chris Francis. The belts are done by Duncan Clark.
Oh, really? Okay.
So it's a collaboration from Longhorn Leathers, which is Duncan Clark, and Chris Francis, who does the suits. So the two guys work together, and they made my black suit first, and then I had one made with short sleeves, and I had one made in red, and then this jacket, this is one.
That's nice. That's very cool. Let me ask you about a little ancient history here. I hope you don't mind. There is a story that when you were 17 playing with the Runaways, one night Jimmy Page and Robert Plant happened to come and see you and asked you if you would play bass for Led Zeppelin. Is this true?
It is.
Oh my God.
It is, and you know, people make fun of me, but it was real. And I think what happened was Robert Plant, Jimmy Page came to see the Runaways play, and we were at the Whiskey. No, it wasn't the Whiskey. It was what's that place that's not there anymore?
Gazzari's? Okay, all right.
It was on the corner, but it's closed down now. And the place was packed. They were upstairs, and we were on stage. After the show, we went backstage to say hello to them, and we gave him a Runaways T-shirt. And Robert Plant says, and he probably doesn't remember, but of course I do because it's Led Zeppelin. But he says, "You're really good. Do you play bass?" And I looked at him and thought, yeah.
I do now.
You're kidding me, right? I mean, John Paul Jones is one of my favorite bass players of all time. How could I possibly, nobody could replace John Paul Jones. And I think at the time they must have been going through some sort of turmoil with the bass player, or they were drunk or something, because I just said, yeah, right. And I walked away. You know?
Yeah. Well,
but he was serious.
Yeah. So when is
Love
your book going to come out? I mean, my God, we read about you in other people's books.
Yeah.
How about a Lita book?
I am in a lot of books.
Yes,
I don't know how I managed to get into so many books.
Any of that true?
I haven't read them all. Actually, Tony Iommi's is a little, I don't think he remembers quite exactly what happened. So I will clarify that in my book.
Oh, Allison, you need to. I mean, because it's a life. I know it's your life, and it doesn't seem unusual to you. But for most people, they don't end up in a rock and roll band in Hollywood when they're 17. They don't have hit singles. They don't duet with Ozzy Osbourne. They don't take a hiatus and come back and have a wonderful new album. So you've got a story.
Yeah, you know, I do. I've lived a lifetime before I was 18.
Absolutely.
You know, with the Runaways. But I have a lot of stories. I mean, if it boiled down to it, I could probably make 3 or 4 books.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, more importantly, the stories are continuing, and the music is fresh. You're not rehashing old crap or anything. You're putting out fresh, new, hot rock and roll. You're on the road. People can come and see you. Lita Ford Online is the website. They can find out about you.
Official.
Yes. Yeah, go to the official site. Don't mess with anything else.
Yeah.
Upcoming dates, upcoming releases, check into it. Lita Ford is alive and well and kicking ass. Thank you, Lita.
Thank you. My pleasure. Bye, guys. Hey, this is Lita Ford, and you are watching Psycho Babble.